Hey, what's going on, guys? Today, I'm going to be doing a quick video about this whole 19 thing or the lockdown. You can't really say it in your video, or YouTube may strike you, especially with what I'm about to say. So, up on the screen, without further ado, I have a picture of Texas's numbers for the virus, and I just want to go ahead and review that with you. Now, if you look at this, you'll see that they have Harris County at the top, which is basically Houston, where you have 4.7 million people living. Out of that 4.7 million, so far, 8,176 cases have been confirmed, and out of that, 3,016 people have recovered and 179 have died. Now, when you look at those numbers, that's about 2% of the total of people who have been confirmed to have COVID-19. Damn it, I said it, but oh well. So, and then if you scroll and you look down at all these other cases in Dallas County, only 145 out of 6,000 confirmed cases. Travis County, only 65 out of 2,171 cases. If you look at these, you'll see that your rate of death stays around 2 or 3% or less for these different counties inside of Texas. And next up on the screen, I'm going to show you for another state. I'm going to show you for New York. All right. Now, for New York, we're going to start with New York City. Notice how New York has 192,000 confirmed cases. They haven't reported recovery, and they haven't reported deaths. So, with everyone talking about, oh, New York has had it so bad and so rough, why is it that New York won't even provide us with the death numbers? And anybody can look up what I looked up. I found these numbers. I Googled them. Google has these numbers readily available if you look it up on Google. Now, right under New York City, you have Kings County, which is 47,000 confirmed cases and 4,000 deaths. Still, such a low percentage that it's not worth staying in the house. And if you just go down the list, it stays about the same. It stays about the same until you get to these three here. Nassau County, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Nassau, Suffolk, and Westchester. Look at Westchester. You have 30,000 confirmed cases and 21,000 recoveries and only 1,116 deaths. Now, these numbers, they look bad, but when you have people who report things like you have 1 million people die, or 1 million people have confirmed cases and 10,000 of them die, even though that's only 1% of the 1 million people who actually die from it, the news and these blue states will report it as 10,000 people have died. Everyone should stay in the house. Everyone needs to be safe. And this is how they trick you. I feel like these places are trying to trick the populace out of their freedoms. And if you just look at the top of this New York page right here, 346,000 confirmed cases and only 22,304 deaths. This is just like when I did that other video about people lying about, oh, well, so many black people, well, not that many black people are on welfare. There are more white people on welfare. By sheer numbers alone, the population is 80% white. And the population of black people is about 13, maybe 14%. So obviously, the number of white people on welfare is definitely going to be higher. I would bet my mom's house on it. But if you look at it percentage-wise, which I think is the first way we should look at any numbers problem, if you look at it percentage-wise, you'll see, oh, maybe there are half half of the black population, nearly, it's about 42%, but half of all the black people in the United States are on some form of government welfare, while only 13% of white people are on some form of government welfare. Now, if you look at those numbers and percentages, you'll say, damn, that's a lot of black people. But if you look at them as numbers, you'll say, damn, that's a lot of white people. When really, you should be looking at it as a percentage, in my opinion. But back to this whole 19 thing. So, just looking at this, if you want to take this in any type of context, just think about this. If two people contracted the virus and one of them died and one of them recovered, the news would report to you that, oh my goodness, half of the people who get this have died. Half of the people who have gotten this virus have died. And that's just, my little footnote at the end of this whole thing is to, whenever they start talking numbers, look for percentages and then look at whole numbers and see how they compare and see if it's something that you think is bad enough. Because no one's taking a 50% risk with their life. Nobody's going to take a 50-50 chance with their life. But when you realize that the group was so small, only 2 people, and one of them died, you're probably thinking, oh, maybe I should probably, do a little more research or wait and see what happens to some other people, like, most of us will do. Even if they open the government up or everything up tomorrow, you're probably going to wait in the house like a genius and see whatever happens to everybody else. Now, lastly, I wanted to go over what Michigan has to say about this, and you'll see that up on the screen. Michigan has 50,000 confirmed cases and 4,825 deaths. Notice how their recoveries are not being reported. There are no recoveries being reported. In pretty much any of the counties, not in Wayne, not in Oakland, not in Macomb, not in Genesee, not in Kent County. It just shows confirmed cases and deaths. So I'm not going to tell you guys that you should live your life a different kind of way. I just want you guys to be smart before voting away your freedoms or allowing some government to take away your freedoms. And with that being said, I said I was going to keep this video short, under 10 minutes. So with that being said, you guys follow me on Twitter if you haven't liked this video, and subscribe. Also, my Discord will always be linked in the info section below. Thank you guys so much. Be safe out there.